Can anyone catch them, do you think?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, unbelievable. We didn't expect that.
Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of the Away Gooners podcast. So I'm back. Thanks Arun for holding the fort, and thanks Deepak for contributing when I'm not there.
Thanks for coming back in one piece. Thank you very much.
It was really fun listening to you guys when I was on vacation. The last episode especially was really fun. It was surprisingly more positive when I am not there. So maybe I bring in the whole negative vibes to the team, but
not really. It probably also coincided with the team doing well, right? So maybe it would have been positive had you been there as well. Unless you're a moping bastard who just wants to keep moping about these things all the time.
which could be true too. I mean,
I wouldn't blame you.
But anyways, for the listeners, please do subscribe if you have not subscribed. And I keep missing that whole part of like, share, and subscribe thing. So if you have any comments, just add comments to the video, and you can reach us at all the social media platforms. We have mentioned that a lot of times. This is going to be an interesting episode, I guess, where we are going to preview the Liverpool game. Let me start this question, right? How confident are you guys that it's not going to be a very big scoreline? Like 5-0, 4-0?
100%.
Deepak is saying 100%. That's a very, very positive sign then.
Justify, Deepak.
Yeah. Deepak.
Tell us more.
Yeah, it's because we have been playing well, and the first two losses against City and who was it, Chelsea,
yeah.
due to not full team wasn't available, key players were out. Is Partey starting tomorrow?
Yeah, he's available.
He's available. He is available, but I don't think he will start.
Yeah, but still, I'm confident enough we wouldn't play like how we played against City at the start of the season. We are more cohesive right now, playing as a unit, and basically the back four is settled right now. And I think that would help us a lot. And at least I expect us to at least perform really well and get a draw out of it. That's what I am expecting. I'm not expecting a loss from us. If it is a loss, it's pointless of playing this well and just not turning up against Liverpool. It's your home game as well. You shouldn't go with the mindset that
no, it's an away game. They're going to Anfield. Yeah.
It's an away game, but whatever it is.
It is
You shouldn't go with the mindset that we are going to lose. Then what's the point?
Okay.
So
we should show improvement, right? We are good enough to play against Liverpool.
Is a win or a draw or the only way to judge improvement? Is that what you're saying?
Yes,
anything less than say for example, we played well but didn't get the results. There have been so many games where we don't turn up at all. Of course, that's not what we want in this game. I'm assuming that we want the team to do something, so would you say, for example, we do turn up, we do try things, we do something like a Brighton or a West Ham do, and we, instead of pulling a 2-2 that West Ham did, if we do get a 2-1 or a 3-1, would you still consider that a disaster? Or
3-1 is lose by 1 goal margin, it's okay. Lose by more than 2 goals, it's not improvement for them.
But that could even mean that we didn't play well at all and nicked the goal at the last minute, right? That would also reflect the goal as 2-1.
Always with that.
Okay. So it's more about the score line. It's not about the performance, how they play. Is that it?
You go for a draw, or not a win.
No, let's assume they're going to go for a win. Okay, what I'm trying to see here is that why are we looking at this important game? It's a very more than being an important game. It's like a game against probably like someone who's won the league over the last 2 3 seasons. Yeah. So
Who
this
is
team
going to win the league?
win the
by the
league
looks of
probably
it.
this season as well. So they're like a well-oiled machine. We are getting there, but I do not
They
understand this
aren't
point
like
of view.
well-oiled machine right now. People like Brighton like drew like against them. West Ham
No,
like
true. That also that from in my eyes that goes to show how well Brighton and West Ham are playing rather than how badly Liverpool are playing. That's how I would like to see it.
then
So
if you're like saying we are playing well, then we should be playing like Brighton and West Ham. Then
no,
what's
no,
the point?
I agree. I totally agree. That's what I'm saying. Like, is that what is going to matter to you, the way we play on the pitch or the result? If we play exceedingly well, but before due to some reasons which has happened in the past, we probably got like 3 or 4 shots on target or like something that happened that we were disallowed a goal or something. This could end up like in a 2-1 or a 3-1. That's what I'm
Yeah, I
asking.
don't
Is it?
mind. See, if you're playing well, you wouldn't lose 3-1. It's plain and simple as that.
Okay.
And if you're playing like decent enough and you get a 2-1 loss, it's okay. If you play good, you lost due to some stupid referee decisions and something. I can understand that. But like what, losing 3-1 or 4-1, how would you
Let's not go to
quantify it
4-1.
as?
Let's not go to
Yeah,
4-1. Let's just for our sanity's sake, let's just keep it tops at 3-1. That's the worst that we probably go to.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, for me, it's more about like the performance of like if Liverpool is going to score like 2 goals in the 80th minute, right? And we manage them for like 80 minutes, and then in the 80th minute, Salah does what Salah does, and he scores it, or Jota does what he does, and he scores it. It is a positive. Like 80 minutes, we have kept a very well-oiled machine. We could say whatever about Liverpool. We could say whatever about Liverpool, but they are a rung above Arsenal at the moment.
Definitely.
And they are
not
above,
just one rung, not just one rung, the multiple rungs above us.
Yeah, and they are a Champions League challenging team. Not just forget the Liverpool, like Premier League. They are a Champions League challenging team, and we are not even in the Champions League. We are not even in the Europa League. So that's where we are. And if we are going there and we are managing that team for 80 minutes, 75 to 80 minutes, with like 1 goal or less than that, or giving a very tough fight during that time, I would be happy with whatever results come out of it. At least that's how I see it.
Yeah,
but
that's how I see it as well. I want the team to put up a performance. Like you show me that you can fight.
yeah.
Like show me that you have done something well enough over this period of 10, 11 games that would give you some confidence, that would make you like not just go there and like say right away that okay, we are going to lose this game, but show me fight. That's what I want to see this game.
But Arun, like Deepak made a excellent point about like settling back four, right? We do have a settled back four, bar one. That is the part that I'm actually worried about, right? Like Tierney is back, but Nuno has been playing good, and that is the side that Salah plays. So do you bring Tierney back to solidify the defense, or do you stick to Nuno for now? Because I mean he's been doing nothing wrong. So dropping him would be, not good for him or not good for the team to show like even if you perform, if my person comes in, you will be dropped.
Okay, I'm actually not going in with the back four. For this game, I would actually like to go with the back three.
Ooh, that's never gonna happen.
Yeah, so that's that way. I mean, come on, it's Anfield. You're playing away from home, and you're trying to preserve something. And
it makes sense, but it's not gonna happen. That's what I'm saying.
I know it's not gonna happen, but that's how I would like the team to play, because I cannot imagine Tavares playing against Salah. Like he's gonna get skinned alive. We've seen what Tavares does. He's been having a lot of fun playing the way he's doing because of the quality of the opposition that we've been facing and other people covering for him. Liverpool are a team that presses relentlessly for 90 minutes. They're this annoying pests that don't let you go at all. So in that situation, if you're going to leave that much of space, they're going to destroy you. So. But like you said, he's been playing well. He adds a bit of dynamism and unpredictability to the attack when we do attack from the left flank. So I would like to have him, but at the same time, I would also like to have the stability of a Kieran Tierney in my back three. That's what I would like to have. So it would be a 3-4-3 that I would go with. But then, like, the presence of Tierney would also mean that with the ball and without the ball, we can always like stretch the defense, have him play as also like a left back and start attacks. At which point, like Tavares is going to be an attacking player in the front. So I would like that flexibility and that insurance against Salah. That's what I want. It's so I want to make it as difficult as possible for this guy, knowing that even if there are like 50 players around him, he's going to somehow manage to score a goal. We saw what happened in the City game. How many people, half of the City team was around him, yet he managed to score that goal. So given all that, I would like to just give myself a bit of insurance and stability going into the game with Gabriel, KT, and Tavares taking care of Salah only. So my stand would be yes, I would like to make it more dynamic, have both of them play. But if that is not going to work, and if, like you said, we are only going to be playing a back four, again, I would like stability and insurance over attack. I wouldn't want KT to attack from that side at all. So I would go for KT's defensive stability. I do not trust Nuno. He's not shown me anything thus far to make me believe that he would be fantastic defensively. Yes, his runs have been great. Offensively, he's been great. But there has never been an instance where he's shown like, okay, I can come back and do all the things that defensively that I should be doing from that.
I haven't seen that from KT as well.
But I mean, that was what I was bringing in Deepak for. Like, I was thinking of like, have you seen KT doing that?
KT is not at all good defensively, not at all.
But he plays as a left centre back for Scotland, and he does really good. Deepak.
Yeah, but he doesn't play as a left centre back for us, right? He plays as a left back. As Arun said, if we are starting with 3-4-3, it is a no-brainer to start KT at a back three because he's good. We know that. But if we are starting a back four, I still feel KT is a defensive liability there. Probably with Gabriel coming in, he might help there. But, yeah.
Speaking against KT, that's haram against in Arsenal fans' terms. But again, right, like the back four is going to be very crucial. But more than that, the more crucial part of it is Ramsdale, right? We are going to face a lot more shots. And there is this stat that I saw comparing Alisson Becker and Ramsdale, where they have said Alisson has played 10 games, 5 clean sheets, 23 saves, and has conceded 11 goals. Ramsdale has played 8 games, 5 clean sheets, and faced 25 shots, or saved 25 shots, with conceding 4 goals. Just by the numbers, Ramsdale is a better goalkeeper at this point in time. Do you think that's the true, Deepak?
Yeah, let's say, why not?
Let's say it's not the answer, right? The numbers say it.
By he has been better. So what? You can say that.
But I'm not able to bring myself to say it. I'm not able to bring myself to actually accept what you're saying. I'm trying. I'm struggling.
But that is also true, Deepak, right? Like, I mean, this game is going to be a high shot game, right? Like, we know Mane likes to shoot. We know Salah likes to shoot. And we know Jota likes to shoot. So this game is going to have that many shots. And we need Ramsdale to be that superhero Ramsdale and not like, we haven't seen the other side of Ramsdale, but hopefully we don't see the other side of Ramsdale in this game.
Never, actually. We need this shot stopping ability right here. Plus also to go with his passing from the back, which would help a lot with the way Liverpool
build up. Yeah.
So, that is a question, right? Especially against Liverpool. Especially Liverpool is such a pressing team. Do you want actually Ramsdale to do his short passing and his picking out the pass, or just punt it, just throw it out there?
I would love him to do his long passes. I would like to see someone like a winger on the let's say on the Alexander-Arnold side, how he just plays as a right winger rather than a RB. So I would like to see Ramsdale punting towards that side, and Auba starting from the left wing and Lacazette playing as a striker. I would like to see that. But yeah, hopefully. I think he would be doing that mostly. I don't think so. If you have short passing and with Liverpool pressing, you might go into some trouble. Even though we have been good for the past like few games, as Arun said, the opposition is not that great. This is like the pinnacle of opposition right now, which we are going to face. So let's see how we perform.
Interesting. I am actually worried about the passing of Ramsdale, and not just the passing of it. He takes those risks in and around the box with the ball at his feet. Usually he gets away with it, but I'm also worried about that because it is against
every goalkeepers. Even we saw Alisson making such blunders last season, and Ederson makes every season he makes some blunders, but it gives you something else if you're trying to break out from the back. So that is what more risk and more reward. That's what we are trying to do right now.
Yeah, but that would have helped if our team is like free scoring team. We are not scoring that much, right? We are winning 1-0s. We are not winning 3-0s, 3-1s. We are not scoring that many goals. So when this mistake is going to be very costly, should he be doing that, right? Because
can I take that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. For me, like Deepak said, like it's high risk, high reward. He has to try those passes because in my head, I do not see why he should be going for long balls all the time in this game. The whole objective of this possessional play and the players that we got was to make sure that we build a team that beats the press, right? So if we are not going to be even trying to beat the press at probably the team that presses the best, relentlessly, again, like I keep saying, because they keep doing that for 90 minutes. Of course, it ends with like people getting injured and all that, but the way they do it for 90 minutes, no other team does that, right? So we want to build a team that would actually play around this, be effective in beating their press, and still be able to play. But now that we are going to be probably playing a counter-attacking way of football as we are going away at Anfield is a different thing. But even in there, I wouldn't, when he gets the ball, I would like him to like give those passes that makes more sense. If it is going to be a long ball, yes, it is. It should not be a blind punt in my head. It should be like, a proper pass that you know what's going to happen. You're working with set plays, or you're working with playing patterns all the time in your training. So I'm definitely sure they would be thinking about it. So I want, like you said, punts good. But if those punts are going to go to the right player, yeah, I don't want blind punts that you're just going to kick. I want them to. This is what I mean. Show me something. Show me that you can beat this press. Show me that you'll be able to play by beating this press, by making sure that you're able to do something that would frustrate the opposition.
I get it. I get what you're saying. But the question again is, right, like this is a very, as Deepak put it, it's a very, very different game to every other game. Like this is the pinnacle, or this is the best team that we could face, or this is the worst team that we could face, right, of the league. One of the worst teams, if you consider City on their day and Liverpool on their day, that's the worst that we could face. And should we be going in for a very specific plan? That is the question, right? We should be focusing on getting things right, or like let's continue the process, or should we be going in like, okay, this game we do this, forget the process, let's do this to manage this game? That is the question.
It should be a mix of both. It should be a mix of both in my head. Like you cannot have one defined plan. Like you said, we are not a team that is so good right now that we have an excellent plan A. Like the plan A that we have not mastered plan A. In that situation, you have to be flexible enough to be able to adapt the team according to the opposition. Of course, the other plan that we have, if we do adapt, that's not perfect either. But that gives you a bit more insurance, like that, like you said. If you're able to adapt it to your opposition, then that gives you a better chance of actually not losing badly, I would say. That's first step. First step would be to cement the goals, plug the goals that they've been doing now. Like that is reflecting in how many goals that we've been conceding. Yes, that's a good part of the process that has been said. It is showing some promise, yeah. But if that is not going to work against Liverpool, I do not want them to keep continuing that just because of that. No, but not change it too much. Of course, that is going to confuse the players as well. If you're continuously playing 4-3-3, 4-4-1-1, and then all of a sudden you go back to a back three, that also gives a bad message, a wrong message to the players. But football is evolving in such a way that these form more than formations is the way in which you play that matters. So even if you're playing with a back three, if you're able to play a sort of a game that is press resistant, playing out from the back, if you're going to be counter-attacking, be counter-attacking with certain defined patterns, it would all mean the same. That's the kind of play that we want more than the formation. So that's what I would say. It should be a mix of both. With where we are right now, I think we can afford that.
Interesting take on it, especially because this is after the international break where we had 13 players of Arsenal going away on international break and coming back. So Arteta might not have that much time with these players to
But that's true.
To come up with something like
New.
that, like a very specific
Yeah.
plan, right? I am worried in that sense that a lot of players of ours went away and came back. So coming up with a very defined plan, or if Arteta is going to overcomplicate things as usual when he does against bigger teams, that's the part that I'm actually worried about. But the other part that I am worried about is the midfield, Deepak, right? Like Partey is coming back from injury. He's ready, but I don't think he will start this game. And if he doesn't start, and your favorite Granit Xhaka isn't anymore, we have a midfield of
two, Lokanga and AMN.
Do you want AMN Lokanga or do you want Lokanga and Odegaard? That's the question.
He wants Partey and Xhaka.
But that's not possible. So yeah, Deepak, go ahead.
No Odegaard for sure. In the midfield, that too against Liverpool, and no way he should be starting there. It should, even however lethargic AMN plays, you would still want him there. But he isn't doing those things right now. But so I would start AMN and Lokanga if Partey is not starting.
Actually, if you remember last season's game where we won for the first time against Klopp's team, I think AMN and Lacazette had a blinder of a game that time. I remember rightly, AMN had a very good game against Liverpool. That's one of the reasons why I think his thing kind of skyrocketed all the way. That game and the FA Cup game that he played, those are two games where he played very well against Liverpool. So yeah, I would prefer Partey to start, but I don't think he's going to. I think it's going to be AMN and Lokanga, and that is kind of scary for me, especially considering Thiago could kind of bully them all over the place.
Thiago won't be starting, right?
He's not starting?
That doesn't matter. I don't think like a loss of personnel has any effect on Liverpool, especially that midfield. The way in which they play.
But Anderson is not starting, is what I remember. So it might be Thiago.
If Anderson is not starting, Thiago would start.
Yeah, that's the part that I'm worried about. The midfield battle is what I'm worried about, and I think
my suggestion for a back three was based on the assumption that Partey was not playing. So I want to provide as much stability as possible. That's why I said back three. Like you have like two players that are missing, so you want to have 5 players to compensate for that loss.
I understand your point, but I don't think that's going to happen. But Arun, your thoughts on the midfield? A quick
midfield. I mean, we don't have an option, so like I would want Partey to start. But if he does start, I fear that it's going to be the Tottenham situation again, where he's hobbling halfway down the pitch and Arteta screaming at him to run. So I am really not sure. There have been very mixed signals about Partey's fitness. They're saying he's available, but again, for the amount of time that he was off and not even training, I'm not sure. So Partey, I don't know. So given the options we have, and given Elneny is not the kind of person I would want to start this game, it leaves us with pretty much 2 players. AMN and Sambi. So I think it's just going to be AMN and Sambi in midfield.
Yeah.
Except me, no one wants Odegaard on the team.
Odegaard would be again probably the same thing that he does. 60 minutes, he comes in for Lacazette and keeps the ball for 30 minutes. He'll just keep the ball for 30 minutes and then ping some pass to CN. That would be helpful in the counter too. Someone like him, pinging balls around for the front three. That would be really helpful. I mean, that depends again on where we are in the game at 60 minutes, right? So that's where I don't see him starting. I don't see him starting now.
Okay, that makes sense. I mean, there is nothing more to talk about, like, the whole midfield in the scenario. I think that
Well, we have
just-
two and a half fit people, so I think you can only talk so much about
to have people. but okay. So talking about the front three, I think so. You said that you would prefer Lacazette to be the forward and Aubameyang to the left and Saka to the right, right?
Yeah.
So we are playing a number 10 of ESR. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I want someone to keep TAA pinned towards, because he's their main threat. No one else apart
Yeah.
from Salah.
Yeah.
So someone to keep him occupied. Like,
And-
so that's why I wanted Auba there, even though Auba's form has been shit. But still,
Yeah, that's the question, right? Auba's form has been shared, and ESR from left has been doing good. Why not keep that going?
okay, so you are saying drop Auba completely, or like
No, as
bring
usual, like,
Lacazette as number 10.
yeah.
Okay, you could do that, but this was just a suggestion I wanted to try. But These are my-
That's the whole point of suggestions and what is possibility, or else there is no point in having this podcast and this whole series. So
it's just like a thought, like Arun's 3-4-3.
It's basically for ourselves that we're doing this. It's not the teams are not going to pay any attention to this.
No, but that also brings in the question, right, Arun? Like Pepe is the bigger question mark there, especially.
We forgot about him. Leave him alone.
Yeah, exactly, and especially on this game, and especially like my question is, right, like we are not even bringing him off the bench anymore. We have last game we brought in Martinelli before him off the bench. So is this something that is a clear sign that we are moving away from Pepe?
I think we should at some point, and there's no time better than right now. So I think, it all points towards that. We're also hearing a lot of rumors about like teams in the Premier League and away from the Premier League being interested in him. We knew that we were going to take losses, but I think we have to be at a point where we can limit the losses. And at that point, I believe is the January transfer window. So I wouldn't be surprised if he leaves. I had a feeling at the beginning of the season that he would be able to perform better, but the rigidity that the system requires, the discipline that the system requires, and the space that he requires to operate, there's a huge gap between all of these things. I've always been a huge Pepe fan, but that's again.
Yeah, we know.
I don't think even his parents support him the way I do. So, but the thing is, like, he doesn't fit the club. He doesn't fit what we want to do. We have to understand that at some point, like keep our emotions aside, the love aside for the player. See that it's the club that is more important. And if he's not fitting there, of course, we have to move for someone who does fit there. So, like I said, if we're going to be selling him for 32 million, that's of course we're not. Even if we discount the fact that he played 3 seasons for us, 2-3 seasons for us now. Mm-hmm. Even if you set like 14-15 million per season, that's still like you're probably making the amount of money that you thought you would make. So I mean, like I don't know. I don't know if to call it a loss or not, but it could something that could have worked but did not work because of the direction that we as a team are taking. So to answer your question, yeah, it seems to be the end of Pepe at Arsenal.
But okay, so
but the only worry is that he's probably one of our biggest goal threats.
Yeah.
Out of all the goal threats that we have right now, he's probably one of the biggest because of the number of conversions that he has, the number of shots that he takes, and the conversions that he has. But that probably is the only redeeming quality that he has right now in terms of our current situation that could fit what we are doing. So the things that his negatives in terms of losing the ball, not like being decisive when he has to, but then putting up like rockstar performances when he doesn't have to, like it's not going to the negatives outweigh basically what we need from him in terms of positive. So yeah, that's a big thing. Yeah, it's done for him.
So talking about the goal threats though, Deepak, right? Like we have to talk about Aubameyang in the game. If he's going to be the central striker, he's going up against Van Dijk, right? He is literally going up against Van Dijk. And Aubameyang, for all his glory, for all his good things, is not someone who would take on a defender by himself. At least not the Aubameyang of now. But there are a lot of
Even
things
the
that
old Aubameyang doesn't take on the
Yeah, players, no.
yeah,
He
but
runs at them more.
but there are a lot of things that is happening around Aubameyang around this time, and that is creating a lot of questions. For one, he was brought back from his national duty sooner than expected. Everyone was wondering whether he was injured, but it was clarified that he was not injured. He was brought back by Arsenal because Arsenal and the national team had a I don't know, some kind of a deal between themselves to bring him back quicker. So that brings in one side of it. And when he got back, he was interviewed by someone about the Arteta and the captaincy question, and he mentioned that Arteta came to him whether captaincy is weighing him down, and Aubameyang mentioned that no, captaincy is something that he relishes, and he wants to be the captain. He wants to lead the team, and somehow he claimed that he is a very good captain. So all this put together is the situation kind of torpedoing itself or spiraling itself to a point where this is going to become complicated.
I don't think so. It's just media people, as usual, cooking up some stories. Maybe Arsenal just wanted him to come and train sooner, given that he is like our most important goal threat, or the only goal threat, I would even say. So yeah, I don't think so. It would be like something which would be complicated. It's just media spinning up their stories, as usual, vulturing around Arsenal to find someone, something. We are on a good run right now. They have to stop that.
They don't have to do anything. We'll do that to ourselves. That's what Arsenal are, right? Like, but still,
Yeah, I
right?
don't think so. Like he has to start, and there is no other way. And going against Van Dijk, we know how good is Van Dijk. It's not just like Van Dijk. Even Matip is like really good. He's one of the underrated defenders. So yeah. Plus then there is Alisson.
Yeah.
So yeah, it would be tough to score, but yeah, if we have any chance of drawing the match, Aubameyang has to score, or like at least he has to play well. Not definitely the Watford game.
but Arun, like to extend that point, right? Like on the captaincy front, we do have our concerns against Aubameyang as a captain, right? He is not someone who is going to be cajoling the team. He's not someone who's he's going to perform well. He's a happy-go-lucky guy. He's a very good influence on the dressing room and everything. But he's not a captain who's going to be like, come on, you guys, let's do this kind of thing.
I don't think so. I think the other way. He is one of the most important member in the dressing room. Who else do you think would do that in this? Like, oh, come on, you guys. I don't see anyone in this team doing
Katie.
What is this like love with Katie? I don't want, because he's like inserting his shirt in the front, he would become a better captain.
I have always believed that the role of the captain in football is overstated. It's way overstated than, and like I do not see why professionals.
Ronaldo disagrees. Right there.
Yeah, disagree all you want, but the thing is, like, why? The more I think about it, my stance was very different before. Like I was thinking probably that the captain is the one who should drive the players, like rally the troops when things are wrong. Yeah, that was the case when like these players were playing for a meager salary, when the love for football was bigger, and those were like real personalities in the team. Football as a game has evolved so much that the intensity is not the same as it used to be. Like the rules have changed so much. At this point, I really don't understand if you want, like, if you're someone who's 25 to 30 and you're earning like 150 to 200 a week, why would you need one person as a captain to rally you when things are not going right? Isn't that your job as a professional to like try and get yourself up and keep doing things? Like, why would you want one designated person just to say, let's go, guys. Come on, guys. Things are not bad. Why would you need that? I really don't understand. My friend, you can be a captain. Like for me, the very few captains come in my mind that symbolize like what a captain should always be doing. Tony Adams was one of them. He symbolized the club. He was talking about like what the club should be doing, and if the players were not doing their things right, in spite of him being an alcoholic, he was like able to come back and set an inspiring example for the other players. Like, don't give up. We keep doing what you want. Extend your play. Another person, Carlos Puyol. He never took any shit on the pitch. He was always there for his players, even in situations when like players of his own team were sort of like misbehaving or not doing things that probably represented the Barcelona way of that time. He would go and reprimand them. That's the kind of. It's right now. Do we need captains like that? Do we have captains like that, or is that role even necessary? Like, if it has evolved so much that you don't really need to have someone just to stay there. So yeah, Aubameyang, do all the fun stuff you want. To his credit, I've seen him like be more involved than before. He seems to be like jostling the referee more. He seems to be fighting for like fouls more. So all that is good. Yeah, if you're able to do things in the dressing room that can make players comfortable, because we are going through a transition phase. We were at a point where we had 30s and we had 18s. We didn't have anyone in between. Now we are getting these guys in between, so we need a transition. Aubameyang, if he's able to provide that, fantastic. But am I looking for something from him on the pitch? Am I looking him to be this warrior who takes the team onto the pitch, who like follows? Like it's not like American football where you have the quarterback listening to all this stuff. Yeah. That's from the coach. That's a hugely different proposition, and that guy at that point is the most important one. We do not have a number 10 doing that. We do not have a captain doing that. In football, we do not have like wiring. So what's the point? Like you do your things on the pitch, you score goals, you have fun with the team, good. Off the pitch, you're getting people together, yes. But outside of that, a defined role for a captain or how or what he would be able to do, I really do not see the difference or like an impact. I will be honest.
Mm-hmm. Interesting, and I do agree with that.
There is no one else is there.
Yeah, plus no one else is there. Like I do not know who would be able to take that position. Like we can say, like Ramsdale is being commanding. Ramsdale is having fun and all that. It's his first season. Like he's not started making mistakes. He's not started letting goals in. He's not had a slump in form. But still, this is like early. You talk about Gabriel early. You talk about Katie early. Doesn't play often. So. It's like another candidate is not there, but at the same time, is it like so much of an important position that requires like someone to be especially really good at it? I don't know.
But again, the question is right. Like leave the position of captain, but every team should have that strong man in the team, right? Like Liverpool
that's what I'm saying. The strong
Liverpool
man
has a Van Dijk. He might not be the captain, but he's the strong man of the team.
In that case,
Man City has a Rodri. Right,
they have a great captain, Liverpool. Henderson is Henderson is Liverpool right now. It is his team actually.
You see, that connection is very different because he's someone who has been on the club for like forever. So he knows the values of the club. He knows what like people around him are supposed to do. It's not that sort of a connection that we have with Aubameyang. Yeah, he's good. He's earning a lot of money. Fans love him. Yes, but is that the same sort of connection that he has like? Say, for example, in the future, if Asaka does become a captain, I think he would have a bigger role to play in how things are run than Aubameyang can ever have at this club. You know what I mean? Because he knows what the club is all about more than Aubameyang can ever do. So that's where I feel, yeah, he's doing a lot of things, but is that going to be like, a defining thing? No.
Interesting. But again, okay, let's get back to the game, right? We have to talk about the danger man. So we have to talk about danger man in the sense, apart from Salah. We know Salah is the danger man for Liverpool. Is anyone else?
The most dangerous man, yeah.
Yeah, so let's leave him aside and then talk about who are the other danger men in, Arsenal and Liverpool. Let me start with you, Deepak, on Arsenal's danger man. Who do you think is the guy that's going to make something out of this game for Arsenal?
And you cannot say Arsenal.
What?
No, I said you cannot say Arsenal as danger man for Arsenal.
Yes, played out. Yes, sir. Yes, sir is the guy who would be making something. I could see that.
He has been our best player, apart from Gabriel. this season. So or our best attacker.
Mhm.
So obviously it's ESR.
From Liverpool, apart from Salah.
Their front three.
Where do we start? Where do we start?
All Liverpool.
The front three is literally too good. Even if you leave out Firmino, even though he brings a lot to the team, Jota is he's kind of underrated. He's really good at finding those spaces. So I would say Jota. And then obviously Alexander Arnold. Don't give any free kicks, please. No.
But the thing is, you're right about Alexander Arnold, but he's more of an attacking threat than he doesn't bring anything defensive to the table. So that also provides a weakness for us. Probably that would be one outlet I would see from the left.
Yeah. So
again, that makes ESR doubly important, like you say.
You could continue on the Dangerman then.
Dangerman, okay, from Liverpool, I would say Alexander Arnold. Definitely, he's going to be the Dangerman, but again, he's going to be a weakness as well. Robertson is extremely good, but he doesn't provide the same threat that TA does. So TA for sure. Apart from Salah, I would say Mane. Jota definitely is very dangerous, but if Mane is playing, then he's definitely going to score a goal. Or that's what he's done so far. So he somehow manages to score a goal from nowhere. It's not like a Salah goal where he's going to dribble past multiple players and all that. Mane's goals are always a ball comes to him from nowhere and he takes a shot and it somehow goes to the goal. If you've noticed, always boom, boom, boom. So Mane, TA for me, yeah.
And Arsenal.
Mane was bad, but this season he has picked up again. So
yeah.
From Arsenal's perspective.
Arsenal's perspective, I would say the danger man would be Saka and Iniesta. A lot depends on how we stop their flanks, no more than the center, because they do provide the width from their flanks, and that's how they attack, right? So a lot would depend on ESR and Saka and how they perform. So for me, those two would be the danger man. Because in my head, they're the ones playing wide. So I don't see ESR playing 10. I see ESR playing wide, be it like a 4-4-1-1 or a 3-4-3. So those two are the danger men from us.
Interesting that no one brought in any of the midfielders, because I was thinking of the midfielders, especially with Sambi and AMN. I am worried of our midfield right there. And
that's why I'm going for a back three. So I'm covered in that sense.
He is sticking to the back three, folks. But I do feel Ramsdale is the guy to look out for if we are going to come out with some sense of decency from this game. I think Ramsdale should have another blinder of a game if we have to. As Deepak put it, we have to come out with a draw. I think Ramsdale has to have a blinder of a game, or our back four should have a blinder of a game. I think it's more about us stopping their scoring than us scoring. That is what I'm thinking in that perspective. So
I think our set pieces would play a crucial role. We have been scoring a lot of goals, and we saw Liverpool having some troubles against West Ham. That would be some kind of a goal threat for us, and nick one goal somehow, and then defend for life.
Yeah, and also we have been improving in our set pieces. So I'm still positive of us nicking a goal from a set piece, if that is going to happen. And so that's why I'm thinking our defenders our Ramsdale is going to be the key person to look forward in this game, because if they stop Liverpool from going in 3-0 or 4-0 or whatever, we would be able to get a goal in from one of those set pieces. And that is where I'm seeing as our positive side coming from a set piece routine, because we have been doing good. So that is my thoughts. Anyways, let's wrap this up with predictions. Arun, do you want to start the predictions?
Yeah, I'll go for a 2-1 Liverpool win.
Okay, 2-1 Liverpool win. Predicting any of the scorers?
Scorers. I would say Jota and Mane.
Okay.
For them, and probably an ESR goal for us.
Okay. Deepak, predictions?
Oh no, I don't want to predict who's gonna score for us. Oh my god, I jinxed it. Yeah. That person doesn't end up scoring. I don't. Just say we'll score a goal. I don't know how we're going to score.
Deepak, yeah, go ahead.
1-1.
1-1, okay. And scorers?
Scorers is Lacazette and who's that? Alexander Arnold.
Okay, that is possible. That is possible. I'm gonna go for a 1-1. I'm gonna go for a 1-1-2, where I still feel there is going to be a card in the game or a controversy in the game. So that is something that I'm worried about.
Usually we don't fight, right? Liverpool and Arsenal, they don't have like big fights in the game.
Yeah, we don't fight, but I think we are
Mane
due for
would do some shit and he won't get booked.
Right.
Yeah.
That's possible. Okay.
But still, we are due for one of regular Arsenal muck-ups. So I am thinking that could happen in this game, whether it would be a card or something, whether it's Arsenal side or Liverpool side. But I am hoping, or I am thinking that there is going to be a muck-up in the game. So, but still, 1-1 is what I'm looking at. One set piece goal from us, and they're going to score from Mane or Salah. So that's my prediction. But
you
anyways,
guys are way more optimistic than I am.
We have to be. We have to be.
Optimistic and see.
But anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining in. It's been really nice talking to you both after so much time, and hosting this has been a pleasure. We'll talk after the Liverpool game. And for the listeners, once again, like, share, and subscribe, and comment in anything that you want us to discuss about, or you want to make a point out of it. Thank you so much, guys. Talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you very much.